Hello again, and welcome to another week's episode of my M&A Cyber Brief. And in this week's episode, I'll be talking all things virtual data room. And this is the repository of repositories whereby all the advisors, the acquirer, the advisors, the target that you're buying, the company that's selling, that's where they deposit all of the evidence via a secure connection into the data room. Now, my question to you is, could a data breach of your virtual data room compromise your entire deal? Now, remember, poorly secure data room can lead to confidentiality issues, regulatory fines, and reputational damage for both parties and the wider ecosystem around the industry that you're working in. Now, why does this matter? This matters because there are real-world examples coming out of America where multiple law firms' data room were compromised, and it derailed their deals and cost them extra costs to rectify all of those issues as it relates to the breach. So the deal time was extended, due diligence was extended and or delayed, and it cost them time, trust, and actually rebuilding the whole process to get back on track. Another point why this is important is that security of the data room prevents leaks of contracts, leaking of employee sensitive data, and deal confidential data. A secure data room also also maintains trust between each parties, both the buyer, seller, and advisors, and it also reduces regulatory fines and issues if those sensitive data in the data room were to be compromised. Now, what are some of the top tips that you can take away here to ensure that your data room is maintained in a secure manner at all times? First of all, make sure that you use a reputable VDR and a reputable due diligence engine such as ours, Pragmatic. Enforce MFA on all endpoints and all accounts that you want to monitor, because some accounts are more sensitive than others during the deal process. Limit bulk downloads of any data or of any documentation of any kind, and make sure that they monitor downloads and user permissions across the data room to make sure that if something were to happen, you have an audit trail of all the activities that are taking place within the data room. If you can and the capability is there, separate highly sensitive data and files into a restricted folder so that only privileged users or users with a need to know or need to access will have access to that set of highly sensitive data. Regularly review access control for all parties within the deal process, and if access is no longer required, remove immediately, because you don't want a scenario whereby someone left the deal team halfway through, they gone on another deal or gone to a competitor, and they still have connection into that data room. So again, access control is very important and it plays a huge part here. That's it for today's update as it relates to your secure data room for your deal flow and your deal processes. Please remember to check us out on LinkedIn, follow us and support us on LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as use this information up here to contact us. If you're working on your next deal, we are here to help and support deal makers, M&A advisories, PE companies, and VC companies. See you again in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.